It's a beautiful day out here on the ridge. Let's make lasagna. Salute! Angelo here, Italian Skizzler on the ridge. Today we're going to make homemade lasagna. It was my grandmother's recipe, but I'm going to put a little twist on it. First thing we're going to do is make what we call the bechamel. I have 8 cups of whole milk, half teaspoon of Italian herbs, half teaspoon of garlic powder, a little bit of flour, 6 eggs, stick of butter, and some salt and pepper. What you do first is you take your stick of butter and you melt it. And what we're going to do is make a roux out of the butter and flour. Now that our butter's melted, we're going to start adding the flour. You're going to have to do this by ear, so we just want a nice roux, and I'll show you what it looks like. Just want to whisk it in there a little bit at a time. So I used about a 1/4 cup of flour for that stick of butter. You want it to be like a thick roux. And now we'll add our whole milk. Add your Italian seasoning, garlic powder, some pepper, fresh ground of course, a little bit of salt, just a little pinches. Cook this on low heat and stir constantly. You don't want it to burn until it gets like a medium thick gravy. So fast forward, I've been stirring for 30 minutes, whisking very nicely on about a medium low heat. You don't want to go too fast. This is a low and slow process. It takes almost all day, but it is good. So after your bechamel gets like a medium thick gravy, you want it to cool. So what we're going to do to make it cool faster is I like to put it in a bowl. And we're going to let that cool until it gets cold. Put it in the refrigerator, because then we add our eggs after it gets refrigerator cold. So while the bechamel is cooling, we're going to get our sauce going. And I like to just put Italian sausage in the sauce for the meat. I get this sausage at Costco. It's called Primo, and it is very good Italian sausage. My recommendation. And of course, this is my homemade spaghetti sauce. You can't buy that in the store. And I'll show you how to make this summer when I get my tomatoes out of my garden. I don't have any tomatoes right now, so that's why I canned this. So I'm just going to take this Italian sausage out of the casing and fry it. So all we're going to do is fry the Italian sausage till it's done. So we got our sausage in the pot, and I'm going to add my homemade sauce. Listen. Nice vacuum. 2 quarts of sauce. Just let that cook. Real low heat for about an hour. Okay, we got our water boiling. Let's put our lasagna noodles in, like one at a time. Normally, I make my own noodles, but not today. I will show you how to do that in another video. It's coming up. Just let those cook about halfway. Okay, so you want the noodles to be like, pick them up in the middle and they kind of bend like that. I'm just going to put it on this cookie sheet over the sink and let it cool off. So now it's time to put the eggs in the bechamel. This is what it looks like. Pretty thick now that it's cooled down. We're going to add our 6 beating eggs here. That, my friends, is what you want. Alright, all the lasagna noodles are cooled off. It's time to assemble the lasagna. Okay, we got our bechamel. We got our homemade spaghetti sauce with Italian sausage, mozzarella, homemade ricotta, pecorino romano, that's made with sheep's milk, sharp provolone, and I chopped some pepperoni up. So first we want to put a little sauce on the bottom of the pan. Like that. Kind of toss it around like that. We'll start with our noodles. I like to cut mine so they fit better instead of bunching up. Put that first layer like that. A little more sauce on top of that. And then we'll put some pepperoni. We're going to go in with our ricotta. Homemade ricotta. Just put glob there, glob there, glob it up. And then we go in with our provolone. And we'll put some pecorino romano. then we top it off with our mozzarella. So we got 4 different cheeses: ricotta, mozzarella, provolone, pecorino romano. Takes a lot of cheese to look like that. And then we take our bechamel, or bechamella, and we drizzle it on top like this. One way, then always go the other way too. And then we start with our noodles again. And we crisscross them this time so they're not the same pattern, like a basket weave. We start over with our sauce again, and we do this till we decide. So this is the first layer. All right, so this is going to be the 5th layer. So last layer, probably pushing it to the limit here, but I don't care. Ricotta. Wish you can smell this. Don't forget the pepperoni. Pecorino. Mozzarella. And then we put our bechamel. Then you cover with aluminum foil. We spray it first with Pam, the aluminum foil. Cover with aluminum foil. This size lasagna, this is like a 12 pound, I don't know, I'm gonna weigh it. You gotta cook it for 2 hours. Pretty good. So I just weighed the lasagna. It weighed 12 pounds. I was exact. Made a few of these. 2 years ago I made one that weighed 40 pounds. This year I made one that weighed 30 pounds. This one here is 12 pounds. We're going to put this in the oven. We sealed it up with hand-coated aluminum foil, 350 degrees. I'm going to say 2 hours, and then we'll check it. I'm going to go have a beer. It's been in the oven for 1.5 hours at 350. I took the foil off and let it cook another half hour with the foil off. So 2 hours total time. I was right. You want your internal temperature to be about 165. So let's pull it out and see what happens. Oh my God, that's beautiful. So now we're going to let this 12-pound lasagna rest for 45 minutes at least. So it's time to try it out. Look at that, baby. Let's try it. I'm sure it's going to be good. Salute. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube.